Alrighty. Good Friday evening, everybody. We are going to have a little bit more book club with Arknights. Last time we got through 9.1 to 9.5. We learned that the Tara rabble, the people living in County Hillock, they don't quite like the state that Victoria is putting them in, running them through the grindstone, using them and abusing them, until they all just kind of get worn out and die from rock cancer. Sad. So as you can see, the peaceful town is about to be a little less peaceful. We got these big spikes of orginium. That's not good. I don't like that. And also Horn and Bagpiper doing things. They were at a party, they were talking to some guy, and said party got interrupted by the military. It's a whole thing. So we're just gonna go ahead and progress. Hopefully we can get to like 9-10. Get about halfway done. In the wake of surprise attack, the ghosts climb out of the ashes. Speaking of ashes, Fiametta was revealed the other week in CN, and her song Eternal Flame just has the line ashes, ashes, ashes over and over again because she's a phoenix. Like, yes, Fiametta, we get the picture. This looks like a shooting gallery. Everything's gonna choke point into here, and probably actually choke from Podenco. Speaking of Podenco, it is her birthday, so everyone congratulate our favorite dog. She is growing into a responsible young woman who takes care of many things and is probably going to be a very leading member of the medical department in the future. That should work out. Colonel. We meet again, Scamandros. You don't seem one bit surprised. Surprised? No, from the first I met you, I have not been one bit surprised. You are bound to mingle with this rabble simply because of that cheap sympathy you learned from your noble etiquette classes. You shadowed us? I'd rather term this rational management. Regardless of anything, I must thank you. If it weren't for your leading the way, I wouldn't have had such a sublime opportunity to net all these rotten, eaten vermin in one fell swoop. You hide fairly deep most of the time, don't you? I confess I'm quite curious. What made you so audacious to gather up? Could it be that from the outcomes of your last pathetic, negligible sneak attacks, you mistakenly believed County Hillock was already under your control? Hell, Colonel, sir, I believe there must be some misunderstanding at play here. That is wrong, Baron Bolton. There is no misunderstanding between us whatsoever. I am pristinely clear about your confidential, lowly dealings. It's only some of my good friends and family gathered here today. That I can guarantee you on the very name. Shut up kindly, good sir. The honor you've inherited from your ancestry presages nothing in my eyes. You have some nerve saying that. The one dishonoring your so-called noble reputation isn't me by far. Who are they? Reveling in the position and wealthy Victoria accords them. then turning to secretly collude with the most lowly rebels of them all. Hamilton, Hamilton, please stop talking so wordily. I can't. You're speaking like Calcit. This is out and out slander. I'm starting to be sick of this blather now. Your rebel should behave as the rebel outside, weeping in the light of a blaze while you confess your own wrongdoings. Just as he said, from outside the window come wails and cries, the glass reflecting speckled points of fire. Leader, outside. Not just in here, he's got the Tarns from the whole block surrounded too. He's not exaggerating at all. He's cowering ordinary residents with military force. I've been around that street before. A huge portion of them are elderly and children. With methods suddenly this radical, seems there's some other information he has hold on. He's very likely to have hidden intel about the Spectre Force from us. Nothing from Triangle? No comms at all since afternoon. Flip. Did something have happened to him? There's no point in worrying. What's more pressing right now is that we should hold the troops back as much as we can. Can't stay trapped in here, at least. You, the Vol Reeve over there. You are not to think of breaking out through the wall. Before my questioning bears fruit, no one is allowed to leave this room. Spotted me. Come out. I see you. No movement. I want you to kneel here and behave. Is there anyone else in your home? Speak up. No. You're not hiding anyone? I'll see for myself. Listen, so long as I see you move a muscle, no matter what you're trying at, I will immediately shoot your head through. What are you doing? Who are you, coming from nowhere and running in front of my crossbow? Watch your own head. Wait. Hold on. I recognize you. You're that guard of honor from Adam's group, aren't you? I saw you at the New Year do. Your group didn't get any order to move. What are you doing here? I have another assignment nearby I'm on. Fine, then. Each to their own. Don't you start getting in my way. That last called bagpipe told me I could step forward too. Change the situation. Can I, though? I had to try, at least. Did they do something wrong to be treated this rough? You're asking me? Why don't you ask them? What are you crying for? Wasn't it you lot harboring thugs, giving them food and drink, feeding them information? Do you have evidence? Evidence? You want evidence? Do the wounds on the 13th and 9th count? Each one of their bodies still warm? Some died by eerie originium arts, some died by a mix of crossbows and sabers identical to the ones we carry. And some had traces on their necks left behind by farming tools. Our heads cut off with threshers like wheat, bodies crushed thin and flat by tractors like plowed land. Have you ever pictured that? The devastation? That's right. You should want to puke. I saw with my own eyes and I recognized who that head used to belong to. And for an entire afternoon I puked. I couldn't stop. They Why would they treat their own like this? It's too cruel. Damn right you are. Behaving never suited them. Now you understand this serves them right, don't you? What are you still blinking out for? Oh, these are all bad people. Just because they're Tarns. I haven't done a thing, sir. She's crying. Her husband already passed away from oropathy and her child's only pushing 10. Is someone bereft like this really going to be a murderer? How have I not gotten it through to you? They're all one kind. Do you understand? Even if this woman and her child haven't done anything yet, they're all together in this. If it wasn't a Tauren in front of you all, but some other Victorian citizen, would you still insist on treating them all as thugs? If, and I'm just saying if, from the beginning, there were never those discriminatory laws, if Taurens could have earned as much as anyone else, gotten the same chance at healthcare, wouldn't none of this conflict have ever happened? Alright, Guard of Honor, if you love asking questions so much, keep asking. There won't be an answer. Nobody's got any way of answering you. I'm essentially done searching this house by now anyway, so it's on to the next one. Hey! I said I was going, not that you could stand up. Don't take me. Craig can't be without me. Shut it with all the sobbing! Wailing about your child all day long just so I can go soft on you, is it? Just let her go. Fine. I'm busy anyway. I can afford to ignore this woman. But just to warn you, you might be protecting them now with all your kind heart. But be careful they don't blow you sky high without blinking the moment your head is turned. Don't you forget, after all, you and them aren't the same kind. Have you seen the look in their eyes before? In their eyes, no matter how you behave, you'll always be one of us. Just go. Please. Don't say I didn't warn you. Yeah. You've not been harmed, no? It's lucky. After me and Sorcy talked, I couldn't shake this nervous feeling. I had to come back and take a look. So it really can be a bit of use to stand up. Come on. I'll help you back inside. For tonight? No. Tomorrow as well. Don't go out, please. There's ruffians outside, as well as... At any rate, Hillock won't be as safe for these next few days. Right, and where's your boy, Craig? He's not at home? Craig, he's been taken away by the soldiers, hasn't he? I don't know. I need to go and find him. Hell! Colonel, we just apprehended this one in the corner door outside, right as he was attempting to dive out the window. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me guess, this boy is some follower of yours preparing to send word to somebody or other. Yeah. I want a lawyer. I know the mayor and quite a few members, too. Let me go. You have no authority to keep us held like this. It seems my guess was dead on. Every one of you has some involvement. You may speak. All I need to know is where your co-conspirators are hiding. How about this then? I'll count to 3. Ugh! Don't kill me! My goodness! Why must you have me see such cruelty? You can't be doing this! Really? Scamandros, tell your subordinate, do I have the right to be doing this? Leader! Provisional administrative law. In the event we are unable to receive direct orders from Londinium, Colonel Hamilton is the highest acting commander of County Hillock Barracks, and does possess the authority to impose martial law on the whole city. I know, but if he's seriously going to do this, then he's essentially declaring a formal war on the Hidden Army. I fear that one thing they've said is right. We are already situated within a war. But we barely know more than nothing about that army. We're stark open and they're still in the shadows. No matter what, I don't feel now was good timing to open fire first. Timing. They never picked any timing when they launched attacks on us unilaterally. Colonel, even if you won't take any suggestion from our team, I must still express clear opposition to the course of action you are about to adopt. Very thankful for your one scrap of self-awareness shown. And honestly, I'm not fond of doing this either. As long as they'd left me another choice, I would never be willing to break the Empire's laws. Yet we're out of time. The hidden enemy is closing in with each step. Isn't this as you said too, Scamandros? You too came to drag the ghosts out into the sunlight. If we don't seize this opportunity and force all the remaining conspirators out, then we will have lost County Hillock before the morrow. And I believe the more crucial the juncture, the more each step we choose will lead to divergent results. I'm sure there are many innocents among those present. You can take them away first, and then... No, I have no time to squander on pointless interrogation. Right now, on this very spot, those rabblesome dredges will make clear where in the world their members are hidden. Hell, do it. We've tarried long enough. Colonel. And who in hell's bloody bells are you? Please arrest me. I am Baron Bolton's guest, and will know much more than any of these poor young people, rendered near unconscious. Seamus! What are you doing stepping up? Seamus Williams. You're that bard? I am, Colonel. Very good. I've been meaning to look for you, so as to keep you from continuing to incite those imbeciles with your blither. Williams. You need not fear, ma'am. I ought to thank the Colonel, for just a moment ago I worked out how my poem should conclude. Seize him! A ball? Where have I seen this? Bill! Order those posted outside to find the rabble who broke that window. No, this isn't right. It's a sound. Coming from the ball. What? Get down! Who was that? Where did you show up from? It's you lot. Go inform the Colonel, double time. Fourth has run into the thugs in an alley by the square. This group has been annihilated. Later, the nearby Tarn blocks have all been occupied by ours. You lot are... It's you. You're You're the one we've been waiting for! You actually gave your hand to me. There'll be no one else to oppose you again. You'll never need anyone's arm to lean on again. From this moment on, you can walk freely upon this soil, by your own power. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Everything I did, it was right. Oh, hello, Etram. How are you doing today? It'll be a day for us Tarns, when we can have our own city, when we can walk heads held high in the streets. We'll never be given unjust treatment again. Yes, it is precisely for that day that we come. Leader, you have to see. It's the fire we lit in your service. Ballroom. According to the report Madame Mandragora gave, the barracks' top brass are all in there. However, an explosion on that scale would only give the barracks' arrogance pause. Unfortunately, it could never wipe them out. Apart from the barracks, who else is there? Some locals who will us well. They learned of some of our inside matters. The heads' thoughts are, for the overall picture, we can't leave anyone alive to tell tales. They also said, if you won't make a move, they will themselves. In the end, my fire is quicker. Tell them, I know it should be done. I'll take the ballroom. Yes, leader. Your fire will break these shackles that have chained us for centuries. Alright, what we doing? Let's see here.
Don't let them get the drop on you.
And kill.
Welcome, set.
Up. Up. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Deployed.
Okay, and these guys are gonna need to explode real good from Podenco. And let's do that.
Deployed.
The resistance is pretty high, but Blaze can still put in work. Uh-oh. Please kill.
Laying out the welcome mat.
Okay. Okay, that's definitely not working. Okay, so We got one big
Deployed.
Dublin wave after that.
Welcome set.
Okay, I'm gonna be able to clear that, but... Okay, let's give that... may as well just do a practice run. Have a little bit of fun, do it all. Yeah. Okay, so Podenco was doing fine. The issue was... need to be taking out those phalanx guys. Probably should have a secondary defender. Actually, let's go with siege. That's not siege, that's savage. Same thing. Same thing. Not the same thing.
戦場で歌うのってなんか新鮮。これでよし。
信号は安定。これで分かったでしょ。
Yeah, this time I'm gonna put...
Don't let them get the drop on you.
I'm gonna put her like this.
これが戦場というものね。
Deployed.
絶対許しません。言う通りにしますね。はい、はい、私が何とかします。
Laying out the welcome mat.
ライムを聞きなさい。
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
全員倒さないといけないですか。
任せて。はい、そういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
Setting up.
I like that Frost can just spawn camp them. And I'm guessing they each give 200 to whoever is...
始まるよー。私が何とかします。
They each give 200 to whoever they're beside.
楽勝、問題なし。
僕が行きましょう。終わりにしましょう。
They try to be big. They ain't big.
Welcome set.
You guys ain't big.
Laying out the welcome mat.
楽勝、問題なし。
はい。
私の出番かけないで。いつでもかかってこい。
Laying out the welcome mat.
Savage punching through that.
よかったわね、ドクター君。
doing like 2,000 damage. So how are you today, Atrum? What fun, enjoyable things are going on today?
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Dude.
わかりました。これ
Welcome mat set.
手加減はしませんよ。はい、そういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。任せて。始まるよー。
旗を武器にするんだよ。
やってみましょう。
カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。
Welcome mat set.
信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
わかりました。
Welcome mat set.
Let's keep laying down them traps.
はい、カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。はあ。
Welcome mat set.
楽勝。問題なし。
こんにちは。
位置につきま一気白雷製法。縦貫砲煙参加。
Deployed.
ムジョルニア3出力全開。リラックスして。
Setting up.
私なら負けないで。はあ。
Mission accomplished.
いい連携だったね。
Good work,
アタックしようか。
Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see that blue liquid. I want to see that blue drink, that blueberry juice. I need like 37 of these things. I'd love to see it. Yep, love to see it. The challenge mode for this. All allied units have -1 block. Ah. Barely a challenge at all. A combat drill and battlefield ruins. Learn how to make use of a city's pillar constructions when they've been wrecked by the flames of war. In order to better strike against the enemy, that pillar, it may knock down by neighboring operators, dealing true damage to the 2 tiles it falls on, and forming rubble that blocks routes. Demolition device directly knocks down a tattered pillar, 1 tile in front. Okay. Guessing these things? Yep. Alright. Hey, it's my favorite! Also, Mary's here. Awesome. Matamoru, what are you doing for us today? Do you actually get to have lines of dialogue? I don't think you get to have lines of dialogue. Today we'll be learning how to use battlefield ruins in combat. Focus. Observe the terrain and enemy positions. Yes, instructor. Those enemies there, they're very close to the protection objective. What should we do? Under these circumstances, we must somehow attempt to block passage to the protection objective. Do you see those tattered pillars? They're already near collapse from taking artillery fire. And so long as you stand at a neighboring tile to attack them, you can push them over the other way. I'll try.
できる限りやります。
12,000 attack. My god. The tattered pillar's structural stability has broken its threshold, entering a damaged state. Now, after a single strike, it will collapse in the opposite direction. You see that? Once the operator gives the tattered pillar the final attack, the pillar falls in the opposite direction from where the operator was positioned. And not only causes great damage, but creates battlefield ruins in a 2-tile range that block the enemy's advance. If the ruin blocks an enemy, the enemy will destroy the ruin. Instructor, more enemies have shown up. I can't deal with them on my own. No need to panic. Take note. For further convenience in handling these pillars, we may also use these demolition devices. When a demolition device is deployed next to a tattered pillar, the blast wave will cause the pillar in the demolition device's deployment direction. Now go forth and put the knowledge you've learned from this drill into practice. Remember, deploy operators who attack the pillars from neighboring positions, or use demolition devices. Be flexible in choosing the most appropriate way to respond to the enemy based on the combat situation. Valentha, I'm gonna come help too. Another wave of enemies is here. The rest is up to you. Aw man, Matsumoru didn't get to say nothing.
了解。
I really didn't need to do anything, did I, game?
肉そばの匂いがするぜ。
Mission accomplished.
All I had to do was just put Mary down.
イエイ、完全勝利。
Alright. The ghosts have shown in formation amidst the blaze's fire, but the thief's soul hides behind its tattered seams. Okay. So clearly it wants me to... It wants me to funnel people into these blocks, and I can block off this passage. This is interesting. I can block it off this way, or I can block it off this way. And I can block this one off this way. Okay, this should be interesting. I get to do more stages without having to talk.
敵を確認しました。
Okay, yeah,
行きましょう。
okay, yeah, okay. No, yep. Mm-hmm. You have illustrated your point quite adeptly, game.
相手のターゲットヘッドセットのチェックは済んだ。
Stay alert.
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだ。
俺が見えないだろ。
Oh, dang it. Frost is shooting the pillar. Oops. Down it goes.
Welcome set.
雷語を聞きなさい。
Welcome set.
はい、私が何とかします。
Setting up.
ここだここ。どうすりゃ暴力じゃ何も解決。
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
動かないで。はい。
We're ready for company.
Up. Up.
こいつは私の獲物よ。
Up.
手加減はしませんよ。こういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
Okay, so this is clearly a practice mode.
僕は別にきちんと。
こういう雑草なら
暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど、お前を料理するには十分だぜ。
絶対許しません。
全員倒さないといけないですか？
はいはいはい、私が何とかします。
Well, I say clearly a practice mode, and I'm getting my butt kicked now. Okay.
どうすりゃいいぞ、もっとやれ。
Okay, let's go ahead and try that again with,
なんて
slightly
屈
more
辱。
knowledge.
行きなさい。あなたは戻って猛省しておきなさい。私が敵をすべて食い止めますから、もう行きなさい。 集中して視線をまっすぐ前に。
主の名を掲げ、この旗の下へ集え。
敵の身分には興味がありませんが。言う通りにしますね。
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Stay alert.
どこに行けば皆さんの援護は任せてください。手加減はしませんよ。
Laying out the welcome mat.
雷語を聞きなさい。はい。皆さんの援護は任せてください。これが戦場というものね。絶対許しません。
問題ないよ。
Deployed.
I'm gonna have to take a short intermission
絶対許します。
when this is all said and done to help with
即戦即
my, hold on.
問題ないわ。
やってみましょう。
Setting up.
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかし
Oh,
ます。
okay, I see. It won't create a pillar on a path that doesn't allow deployment slots. Okay. Okay, that makes
信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
Laying out the welcome mat.
that makes a lot of sense. I understand everything.
はい。カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。私は一歩も引きません。
Deployed.
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。絶対許しません。
はいはい、こんにちは。
私の剣が石章の影をまとう。はあ。
ここでいいや。ここだこ
Oh,
こ。
too slow. Okay, I need a better way to clear out that last wave, and I understand how the pillars work now. Alright, I'll put a B right back up real quick.
ここは
Going
危険すぎ
to
るよ。
go
ひ
take
と
care
ま
of
ず
my
引かない
grandma's
と。
bed, and then hopefully we should be good for the rest of the evening. Alright, intermission over. We have changed my grandmother's sheets. She will be nice and comfy. Sano has joined us. Hello, Sano. We are trying to cheese this this stage here. I got a good idea.
Don't let them get the drop on you.
はい皆さんの援護は任せてください手加減はしませんよ
全員倒さないといけ
Welcome set.
動かないで
Setting up.
私は一歩も引きません
Oh, missed that one.
怖くはないわ
いや悪いね僕は別に信徒じゃないよ
Welcome.
Ah, they move first. Okay, that's interesting.
ここは危険すぎるよひとまず引かないと
There are a lot of moving pieces to this one.
もし仲間が一人急に姿を消してもパニクんなよ。
相手のターゲットは誰かな
私の歌声で戦いを止められたらいいのにな手加減はしませんよ
いや悪いね僕は別に信徒じゃないよ
Don't let them get the drop on you.
はい私が何とかします
やってみましょう
Deployed.
私は一歩も引きません
I think I'm gonna reset the emulator after this. It's starting to get a little crusty.
これが戦場というものね
Just a little crusty.
問題ないよ誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ
手加減はしませんよ雷語を聞きなさい
Welcome set.
私は一歩も引きません
僕が行きましょうさようなら
Tear him up, Alsta. Tear him up.
動かないで
問題ないよいや悪いね僕は別に信徒じゃないよ
ここだここ。暴力じゃ何も解決できないけど、お前を料理するに
大砲の本質は己が内面と
Oh yeah, that's getting real crusty.
気をつけてね
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is the greatest level of crispy I have ever heard.
チェンさんの剣術がこの剣を流れています
Mission accomplished.
Yep, it's just what I thought.
全大成功
I
テキサスさん私の活躍を見
think I'm gonna have to look for a new emulator at this point. is because this one just like it's all crumbly, like I'm eating graham crackers. Who is messaging me? Yeah, now I'm being told to get Pearl because we cannot have any number of non-inconveniences, so please continue to enjoy my Be Right Back. Now, Santa, you don't have to worry about it erasing my progress. Each stage is...
Arknights.
Once it's unlocked, I guess.
ドクター
Okay, so my main issue is that final wave. How about we do that? Yeah, okay. Excuse me.
必要のない戦闘はなるべく避けましょう。
私の歌声で戦いを止められたらいいのにな。
信号は誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
かかりも
Laying out the welcome mat.
私は一歩も引きません。
全員倒さないといけないですか？
Deployed.
私たちならできます。はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。手加減はしませんよ。
信号は即戦即決。
Oh, gotta
これが戦場というものね。
take care of my girl.
ライブスタート。
Frost barely barely keeping them all. And drown. Oh, forgot about those guys. Okay, well, that's gonna be a busted run. Yeah. Yep, completely forgot about those guys in the corner.
何があったの？こんなはずじゃ。戦場で歌うのってなんか新鮮。これでよし。私の歌声で戦いを止められたらいいのにな。
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
どこに行けばいいですか？カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。手加減はしませんよ。怖くはないわ。
やってみましょう。
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。手加減はしませんよ。
信号は暗記が悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
私は一歩も引きません。
Laying out the welcome mat.
わかりました。絶対許します。
Setting up.
私は一歩も引きません。位置につきます罪に裁きを。ご来光庁。落ち着いて。
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
はい、
動かないで。
こんにちは。
Okay, there we go. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see Alsta kill everything that moves.
動かないで。チェンさんの剣術が。
Welcome mat set.
Oh, well, I got castered real goodly, which, kinda did a number on me. Okay.
このままじゃ危険だ。最後の防衛戦は僕が守るから。
Thinking maybe I should switch out Jessica for Pinecone, but I want to use Jessica. I don't get to use Jessica very often. So using Jessica is still what's gonna happen. Besides, I got all night. Not like I'm doing anything.
今度こそ自分の力を証明してみせます。
問題ない。これで分かったでしょ。
動かないで。どこに行けばいいですか？私が何とかします。
やってみましょう。
Stay alert.
Look, Frost, you're not supposed to be there. Suzerain's supposed to be
リラッ
there.
クスして。リラックス。カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。
Sure, it'll be fine.
絶対許しません。
を武器にするんだよ。
動かないで。
It's not gonna be fine.
こいつ 発が。このパワーエネルギーに気をつけてね。次の作戦はこの剣が復讐を渇望している。好き勝手にはさせません。
ドクター、追っ手は僕に任せて先に行ってください。こういうのは得意ですから。
Now, you know what? I'm just going straight into it. That's how confident I am that this one will be the one. Just gonna go straight into it.
戦場で歌うのってなんか新鮮。よし。今度こそ自分の力を証明してみせます。
信号はいや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
こういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
Don't let them get the drop on you.
全員倒さないといけないですか？
Setting up.
私は一歩も引き抜こういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
問題ないよ。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
これが動かないで。私たちならできます。はい。
Setting up.
ここだここ。
問題ないよ。
Deployed.
雷号手加減はしませんよ。
Oh, right, gotta kill these guys real quick.
Deployed.
Almost forgot about them.
変わりありませんか？大丈夫ですか？どこに行けば皆さんの援護は任せてください。私は一歩も引きません。
終わりにしましょう。
どこに行けばいいですか？
ここだここ。暴力じゃ何も。
ほら、しっかり動かないで。
Mission accomplished.
See, I told you I was confident. Leader, are you alright? I'm okay. But you... We're lucky you didn't jump on it this time. You reacted faster than me. At least everyone in this bit of the hall is basically fine thanks to your shield. Couldn't protect everyone. Smokes everywhere it'll go. Looks to me like the Colonel only took light harm. They're retreating out the other door. Bard. Oh. He was stood too close to the bomb. What a pity. Not like everyone who can step forth for others at Blade Point. He was a poet, but he had the courage to match an excellent soldier. I wish so badly he could have died with meaning. While the enemy's still outside, Bagpipe, let's evacuate the survivors. Bagpipe? Bagpipe stares blankly out of the window. In that single moment, it is as if the sound of battle vanishes. A tremendous energy bursts from the depths of the night. Without a flicker of a flare from the statue to the city hall, all living beings are instantly, silently snapped to ash. and immediately after, an army seeps out from the night in the ashes, without a sound. I've never, ever seen fire like this before. The head caster. Who is she? Bagpipe, move away, quick! You're too close to the window. Given the energy just now, the next attack could blow straight through the walling. Yes, leader. I'm just... Help me. Hurry, help me. My leg. Urgh. Ow. Focus on rescue. Pull back for now. Who was that? Are there still any Victorian soldiers alive? The enemy all over! By the speed of this march, the Spectre Force infiltrated this city long ago. District 11 to 17 have been occupied far too quick. Can't be... Is this the reason the Colonel went to search those blocks? We need to withdraw south of District 10. The troops and the Spectre Force are doing battle there right now. Don't go off to battle! Take me somewhere where I can hide safely first. I can't let the heads find I'm still alive. Take you back? With all this going on right now, you ought to be taken straight to prison. Lighter... I'll pay you. I can even gift you a city block, so long as you... Leader, can I use my own ways to shut him up? We'll ask a few things more while he's still awake. Who was that heading the casters just now? That's... the leader. The Spectre Force's leader? What? Who is she? I don't know. Aren't you compatriots? You had the absolute goal to bring people into your house while knowing nothing? She's the Duke's guest. Duke? Which one? I can't. Ugh. He died? The Spectre Force did that? Don't they band together? Why are the Spectre Force targeting their own? Let's get out of here first. You. Hold still. Who are you? What are you doing here? I was just delivering medicine. You all started fighting before I knew it. Delivering medicine? Who for? Is it the Victorian soldiers? Rhodes Island medicine is for infected use, and we don't pay mind to patients' identities. Your movements are suspect. It's alright now, Will. Outcasts! Alas! You came just in time. Hey, you got the comms this afternoon, didn't you? Rhodes Island called an emergency stop to all daily business in County Hillock. I got it, yeah, but... You wanted to finish the delivering the last first, right? Yeah, good kid. Pass me the meds and I'll deliver what's left for you. Lass, what on terror is going on outside? There was fighting everywhere in just a blink. Several hundred years of accumulated resentment put to use. Turned into a fire ready to destroy all. And let me tell you, It's only just getting started. Hurry on back. Now that I'm here, my highest priority is making sure we don't lose a single Rhode Islander. Alright, lass. Right, I just caught sight of Miss Jade near District 17. She comes to the office so often we all have to treat her as a Rhode Island operator. She's a Victorian soldier, and what with these rioters think, they won't just let her go. Got it. I'll amend my previous statement. We're not losing even half a Rhode Islander. Leader, I've evacuated everyone I could. Good. Do you have any injuries? None. Alright, hold on a second. My grandma just called and she needs my help for a minute. So, once again, we get to see Podenco on her birthday. So, be right back. It's been a little reassuring in that way. I'll come into blows all night. Aside from that head caster and a couple strong folk, most of the rest of the soldiers are still ordinary people. They've gotten training, but their discipline's not much to speak of. With equal numbers and an open competition, it wouldn't be any match for our team. You're given it preconditions. Besides, they're main opponents in the barracks. You're right, leader. They're going to fight them, the barracks won't be on the front foot. Any more discoveries? The weapons they're armed with are all first grade. Just now when I went rescuing those few officials and nobles, somebody tried to sneak on me. At the corner. And after I knocked him out, I brought what he was holding back. Victorian standard military crossbow. It's a model from 2 years ago, but it's been modified. Look at these 2 coils and the guide rail underneath. Shield-piercing rounds accelerator. I'm not too smart with crossbows, but I never saw this in the armor at school. Sourtech? Doesn't seem too like it. Bagpipe, have I overlooked something, maybe? We came to investigate the theft of Originium products, right? Yes. The Spectre Force will defend against our regular army without a doubt, so they'd need a ton of weapons for it. But the crossbow in our hands reveals a lot of information. Firstly, the enemy has secretly been plotting for longer than we thought. Secondly, beyond the goods they've stolen from our possession, there are other powers that have been funding their operations in the long term. In other words, in this instant, here, they had no plans to take up new equipment and rush to arms. Right. So in that sense, where did the weapons we lost most recently go? So you realized where the problem is. Spectre Force finally show themselves, but the Originium products that disappeared in County Hillock are still missing. I hope Triangle's found some new leads. Here, leader. Is your group still doing alright? Snare's been lightly injured. The others can still operate. It's just, everyone's tired and hungry. Our situation's not that nice for sure. Were you involved in combat yesterday too? Yes. Since nightfall, large numbers of enemies have suddenly poured out. It's like they were just lying in wait in the greenhouses and irrigation systems all this time. Seems to be exactly where they hid themselves. For the troops not familiar with the agricultural plates, it'll be exceedingly difficult to win that hide and seek. We fought face to face with a small wave of them. There were far too many enemies in my view, and we hid away on my lead all the way until daybreak. You've done very well. Can you return to the city? That'd be a little tricky, leader. Half of them have gone into the city and the other half are still around everywhere. Leader, our group all agrees. We should continue with our initial task. We've discovered a transport vehicle. Your guess was right. Somebody really did use an agricultural transport route to convey these Originium products somewhere. Not that much each time. These ones today most likely are the last of them. These ones today? Where are you? We're hidden on board the transport vehicle right now. I can't risk talking too much, worried they might hear. Next time we make contact, you'll know who the thief was. This is too dangerous. Leader, you and Bagpipe, be careful too. Triangle out. Bagpipe informed Cello ASAP. We're returning to the barracks now. Districts 3 through 9 have fallen. City Hall, the newspaper, and Good Mary's hospital are simultaneously under enemy attack. Baron Paulette's wife sent an urgent cable. She's lost contact with her husband since early morning. She's requesting the barracks send help. Colonel, I have something to say. Let her in. I hope you aren't here to give me nonsense, Scamandros. As you can see, our enemy is savage. I have no time to contest with you again. Colonel, the enemy is hiding in the agricultural plates. What? That's where they were concealed. On top of that, they're not all in the city. They have even more hands. I knew it. I suggest you send someone fast to evacuate the cities in the ag plates, and send out emergency decoupling in the central city and those plates ASAP, to avoid letting even more of the enemy into the city. I don't need you instructing me on what to do. Colonel, it might not be in our power to prevail if we solely depend on the station troops and my platoon to cope with enemy forces infiltrating the city. We have to ensure the enemy gets no further reinforcement. You can go. Colonel? My business how County Hillock is preserved. And the principal duty that is upholding the security of the Victorian Empire, we should be united. They'll show her out. Did you hear that, Pill? The ag plates. They're hiding in the ag plates. I deduced as much long ago. Who else would open the door for the ghost? Yes, Colonel. The Tarans are assisting them. How are the artillery battalion's preparations? According to plan, the final batch of material will arrive at around noon. Good. Have them speed up the remodeling. Every time I even think of those disgusting things bounding around in my city, it has me eager to finish this. Oh, yes. Scamandros and her subordinate. The wolf from Londinium is still biting fast and won't let go. You've heard, haven't you? They have a helping hand outside. Give the command. Regardless of the means, we cannot allow anyone stand in the way of our plans. Yes, Colonel. As for Scamandros, before we're done, she cannot be left to act freely. I understand. I have realized something, thanks to her talking to. Why were our movements last night at Bolton's already known to the enemy? Scamandros. Oh, it couldn't be. Though she shares that weakness and naivety innate to her kind of nobility, she has a highly secured loyalty to the Empire. Humph. Seems rabble is ultimately rabble. Their base nature always stiff to bend. Within these last few hours, one more thing must be done. It is long overdue.
Always think ahead.
Once again, always think ahead. I think Hamilton might be doing something very, very naughty. Also, we know who the leader is. However, some of my viewers might not know who the leader is, so I'm going to show you. Where is she? Here she is. The leader is Reed. This sharply dressed young woman with horns and tail. And, a burning heart. So you might wonder how she, just kind of turned people to ash. And that is also covered in her op record. You call this fire? Listen, you can ask any other theorist or fire-based caster. You can even ask that little imp, Ifrit. Yes, go ask Ifrit if something like this can be called fire. Let me reiterate. Combustion is nothing more than a reaction. We use originium arts to directly control the process of combustion. Whatever this is you've brought in, no, it's nothing alike. Look at this diagram. Look carefully at the breakdown. The combustion phenomena is only a side effect. In fact, this biological tissue spontaneously ignites because it cannot withstand such vigorous cellular activity, which depends on nothing of the flames themselves. Simply put, in the first stage, all tissue she contacts is rapidly activated. In the second stage, said tissue uncontrollably metabolizes. And in the third stage, it explodes with enormous energy. If you claim that all of her arts necessarily cause fire, then fine. Give me another 3 months and I might be able to figure out the underlying mechanisms. However, let me state this clearly. Our arts are not based on fire, but the manipulation of life itself. That is Reed. Also, operators Bagpipe and Reed are not to make contact without designated supervision. I wonder why. And this is covering the history of the Dracos and the Aslans. And that happened about 2 decades ago. And you see, Reed has a twin, and her twin is, in fact, the actual leader of Dublin. Reed is the substitute. Nice. And we know that Reed is the substitute because her base skill says as much.
ここは何をする場所だ?
Let's switch out Frost here. So, Reed only gets this when she's E2, so I don't have it, but if you click here, substitute is one of her skills because she is the body double of the actual royalty. So that is
So bad.
that is your lore dump for anyone who does not play this game.
ドクター
Okay. A great flame may have burned this land to its end, but I see someone's soul on the other side of the scales. Leader, we found them. Good. Bring them forth. What are you doing? Let go of me. It was you who tipped off the Victorian army about the meeting? What? How do you know? Wait a moment. It's you? You're the one the chief editor was talking about. You're gonna bring about a war. Lead us to throw off our oppressors, just like they said? No. You'll bring death. Turn our homeland to ruins. Just like you're doing now. The source of it all. Everything. Was you. What I will bring is victory only. And you, Sorority Kelly, have deeply harmed our people's trust in you. Because of your duplicity, many honest men have fallen into enemy prisons. And due to your betrayal, countless fighters have lost their chance to ever see the glory of victory. You must pay the price for your actions. Did they really die because of what I did? Last night, all those gathering in that room, A huge amount of them sincerely wanted to welcome you. They believed you would bring us good change. And now they've been blown apart. Scorched to earth, just like this street. Is it really me who lit this fire? Shut your mouth, traitor! You feeble, weak defector! How can you understand a martyr's resolve? Rather than fall into enemy hands, suffer humiliation and torment, they rather would have welcomed the leader's fire with heads held high. For the welfare of the Tarans, they had no choice but to sacrifice themselves in the flames of war. Sentence her, leader. Give her the death penalty. Death penalty? Of course. Don't you see? Only the deaths of traitors can calm the rage of the warriors. Besides, look at the locals. They want to come closer, but they don't dare. They fear us. Fear you. This is a chance to make them submit. Once you put this traitor to death, then they'll learn. Nobody betrays Dublin and live. Betrayal. Dorothy Kelly, have you ever pondered the consequences of betrayal? Maybe I'll die. But I have no regrets. You'd have me dead for wanting to save my family and friends. And that only proves I did the right thing. If no one else stops you, even more blood will stain your hands. You're courageous. I didn't mishear, did I? You praise a traitor? Courage? He is one of our fellows, too. He wasn't any longer, ever since she chose to stand in them. What's the point of prattling about this, really? If I was her, I wouldn't be asking so much. Words from the condemned should have no effect on you. What if it were my sister? They're all asking it. And yet, I don't like thinking like this. I never liked it. Do it. Now. You've got all these eyes on you. The longer you delay, the weaker we look. Who wants to follow a weak leader? How could the people follow a weak army? You didn't give me a choice. This child isn't the first of our fellows I've killed. How young was I then? She had me burn the Victorian merchant who wouldn't sell us bread to death. I forgot how I did it. I shut my eyes and lifted a knife. It stabbed only a pile of acrid ashes. And after, more and more ashes came. Just like this child, braver, faster they burn. Dorothy Kelly, in my name as the leader of Dublin, I sentence you to death. I will carry out the execution personally, right here. Seems going to die after all. Leader, you're the leader. Probably no one could stop you. Probably my whole family will die too. But can you tell me? Will we win? Will we reach the day when us Tarans can all live a better life? We will. Good. That's good. At least at this moment. Willing to believe. Do you have anything else to say? Fire. I saw the fire from the tip of your lance. Will it hurt badly when I'm burned alive? No. Don't tell me after all. I can't bear to hear. I ask of you, tell my ma and my da if they can still live after everything's over. I've hidden from them some money in the third drawer by my bed. I wanted to buy my ma a bouquet of flowers for her birthday next month. Tell them I'm sorry. I promise you. I don't want to die. I'm scared. Maybe next spring, the burned soil, I'll well out my throat. Or Dublin. I've said these words countless times. Every time I do, my chest stirs in burning pain, as if the spear wasn't in my hands, stabbed into my body. Again and again I tell myself, life burns easily, they are all fuel, and I'm no exception. Huh. She's dead. That's decent enough. Give the order. Make everyone else know. The traitor's been executed. The next one wants to go informing. They'll be waiting to crumble like charcoal. Yes, sir. As for you, what's wrong with you today? Dragging your heels so hard the soldiers saw. Even thought their leader would be soft on traitors. Hey, you can't really be turning soft, can you? It's one girl. You and your fire burned most of the street in a snap yesterday. Here I thought you finally seen the part of it, leader. Do I seem the part? Seem what part? I haven't been able to tell what I seem for a very long time. Ever since I was little, I've only seen her appearance, her speech, her fire. She had me become this way too. I couldn't do it, so I was bound to hide under her fire's light. She's a million miles off again. Every time I see her looking like that, I just want to get up in her face and scream. Jealous now? Don't give me shit. I just can't stomach seeing the face she puts on. Must be nothing but drain water soap bubbles in that head. Why'd the leader put her in this position? If it weren't for the face she was born with, she'd be a waste of space. Can't even execute a traitor properly. So you did it for her. She hasn't the capacity to tell herself, but I saw it quite as obvious. Before her fire caught, an unseeable rock had already bored through the girl's chest. I just couldn't hold on. All because of this shameless traitor. Broke my back gathering all those rich and powerful supporters, and you know what? Dead. Dust to dust. Farewell. Oh? I didn't think you even had a lick of the pitying type in you. Even a bunch of meat beasts would show some use before they died, right? Well done. Now you, well done. Turn to coke with a bump. Good enough, perhaps, that they died so simply. Don't forget that little greedy plan of yours nearly buried us all deep, deep under. I did it for the leader. For Dublin. You can't tell me you don't think she's unsuited. Even if she didn't bring all the people, I could have handled County Hillock fine. No. Even better. I could have done even better. The leader could just trust me some more. Unsuited? Well, I won't say you're not right. People, well, they're best off understanding after all. Not to yearn day in and day out about clambering where they don't belong. Or else, you know, they miss one tiny thing. Trip and fall all the la-dee-da way down. Bang! And it's flesh and bones everywhere. Are you getting on my case? How could I be? Let's go. You're just pissing yourself staring at her. We still have to discuss the next step. The bandit, the emulator, the accountant, the toxicologist, the convict, the ecologist. Not ecologist, Hold on. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that. That's just silly.
Elocution.
Elocutionist. Elocutionist?
Elocution.
Elocutionist. Okay, there we go. Today I learned what a word is. The elocutionist. We sent the notice out yesterday, so gauging the time, they should have all arrived. The city hall's ours now, and we've got quite a few VIPs and nobility under control too. But it's still not enough. We need to have County Hillock totally occupied before the leader gets here. Keep biting and you'll clean your nail off before you know it. Much bloody appreciated. When it happens, don't you come begging in tears to paint you a new design. When have I ever cried in front of you? Just don't like letting the credit go to others. Alright. You think I don't know you? You were one of the first to start following the leader. You ought to set your sights a bit further some. But one single hillock and you're in a frenzy of a state. You don't even think it's embarrassing. You mean, once things are all done here, the leader needs somebody to run a trip to Londinium in her stead. Say that sooner. Quick. Let's get going. I need County Hillock 1 within half a day. Each one of them has their own greed inside. Wild, wondrously formed. Not even the fiercest fire could burn through them all. So what about mine? I only want to hide. Yet does a shadow have the right to flee? Leader? Madame Hermione is inviting you to hold the meeting. Do I have to go? Madam did say if you really don't want to go, they can respect your wishes. Respect? How kind of her. Soldier, go and tell them. Carry it all out according to plan. They know their own duty. They don't need me pushing them. As for me, I need to think in peace. Order your people to keep proper watch and let nobody disturb me. Yes, leader. I need a little time. What is this? In the ruins of the village, I found a piece of paper. It's fragile. Very much so. All four corners charred black, and as I picked it up, half fell to ash. And sadly, only half of the words were left upon it. Why should I lose heart? A great flame may have burned the whole land to its... But I see someone's soul on the other side of the scales. It was a poem. A verse missing its beginning. These words seemed freshly written, the ink still not naturally set before fire scorched it dry. Yes. My fire. My soul. Ah, poor Reed. Poor Reed, baby girl. He's not having a good time. What kind of stage is this? There's evil taking place. The innocent die for an ideal. Strange stone statues have appeared on the battlefield, rising silently above the ruins. Yeah, oddly enough, being evil does suck. You are correct, Sano. Let's check out this information I don't think I talked about. I think I clicked on these on my own, so I didn't read them. A phalanx infantry in the Dublin forces. The phalanx tactics they utilize evolved from the combat formations used in Gaul. The phalanx, nearby infantry will support one another, raising the might of the formation. I believe they each give the other one another 200 defense, maybe? They tend to stack up something fierce, but they die to Podenco, because they have 0 resistance. A heavy defender in the Dublin forces. The armor technology they use comes from Victoria, while their boots were designed in Lithuanian. Their shields look remarkably similar to a newly patented product from Casimir's Roar Guards company. I forget which one of the Roar Guards are them. Let me,
Doctor.
Hello, Calcit. I love you. Let me check the enemy data. Because we have fought many of the knights. I think the Roar Knights. Yes. This is one of the head guys in the Roar Knight Club. They were okay, so this is gonna come up later when Maria Neural comes back around and we do that event. But the Roar Knights are a nightclub, and you can think of a nightclub as a sports club, only they are knights, quotation marks. And the Roar Knights have a business dealing with some kind of company that gives them like really good armor, but the armor has a significant flaw where if it's used for long periods of time, it overheats. For example, as you can see, this guy right here, I can't read Polish. He has D-level defense and D-level resistance, but when you try to fight him, his defense like starts out at like 2,000, 3,000 something. It is extremely high, so the Roar Knights Club has like extremely good defenses, and that would explain like why this defender has such extremely good resistance, because it's based on the Roar Knight Club technology. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to start changing up my strategy, because I believe these gargoyles, These strange stone statues are supposed to be like pretty thick. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stab them with Franca. That's probably what's gonna happen, is they are going to be stabbed by Franca. We have plot first, we have plot first. Plot first, then stabbing thing. I'm back. I found some bread and clean water. Craig's been running about most of the night. He needs to fill up his stomach. What's wrong with everyone? What happened? It's her! She's the one that tipped off the Victorian army. She killed Sororsi. What? What are you talking about? Sororsi? What happened to Sororsi? You're asking? She's dead, you black-hearted Victorian soldier. You got close to her just so you could pluck intel from her own mouth, didn't you? And now she's been executed. Are you happy? I never even thought. How could this... I'm sorry. Sorry. Sororsi. Save your tears. You've no right to be sad for her. You have no right to be standing here. I was sincere with her. Always. Sincere? A Victorian soldier telling us Tarn's sincerity? What a joke for the ages. Aren't we all countrymen? Countrymen? What do you know of our country? Have you eaten the grains we eat, spoken the language we speak, feel the pain we feel? But I've always wanted to help you. Don't come any closer. Put down your flag. You're not calling for backup on us. I don't want to. I wasn't. Get out of our land. Never again will the home of the Tarns need Victorians ensign. You want me gone? We've got no choice. You saw how I never even did any wrong. And yet, none of you would let me go. I think Ronan was right. We have a chance now. If we can just win, then nobody will ever come hassling me or Craig again. Craig, do you... We don't need you. That's stone? Have you seen the looks in their eyes before? In their eyes, no matter how you behave, we aren't the same kind. So it was me who never figured it out. I should go. The troops are retreating in defeat. Over half the blocks in this city will very soon fall into the Spectre Force's hands. How would that break so quick? I was thinking, even with their organization and training was rock bottom level, at least they could hold out till tomorrow morning. You noticed how that squad from the barracks behaved just now, didn't you? I saw it. We were holding the stadium together, and then once the enemy came, they all ran for the rear in a flash. Would have been useless no matter how we held out. They seemed to have completely lost their will to fight. That might be it. After all, it was a situation just now. The enemy shows up, the residents and refugee all cheer for him, and open the gates in. Any soldier would be a little deflated watching a scene like that. But Colonel Hamilton doesn't seem in any way like the kind who gives up this easily. He especially values County Hillock. Barracks might be at a disadvantage right now, but they didn't seem to be in any chaos at all when they retreated. They still had firm organization. I can only believe that this present state still falls into the Colonel's plans. He has some other intent in this war situation. Closest forces are counting Kevin's barracks. If we sent the signal for help, they could get here by evening soonest. Assuming they received the signal in the first place. Worried about problems with the comm systems? It's our third day since coming here. We haven't had any news from Londinium. County Hillock is like a lone island at the moment. No problem. Just a few grenades and a wee squad of mixed forces. I'll sort it out. The street's still safe for the time being. Bagpipe. Remember in training when you just joined us? I gave you 2 hours of weighted handstand push-ups as a punishment. Of course I'd never forget that, leader. Wasn't much of a bad punishment as far as I'm concerned. But for a while, I really thought you didn't like me too much. I never told you why. Actually, it was because you told me that you were reporting in. You had stuffed minced pudding and blankets in your marching bag. Eh? That's a hometown treat. It's good, honest. You said much the same at the time. On the day of the solo cross-country test, you were already starving when you came back. And you obviously kept food in your bag, but you still wouldn't eat it. Couldn't really bear to. I was gonna have it as a reward for myself when training was over. Scoff it down at the happiest moment. I once maintained that a person too attached to her home, unable to surmount the past, could not become a good officer. So, though your grades at Royal Guard were exceptional, and Instructor Slim spared no effort in recommending you to me, I still had doubts as to your potential. But that's what it was. But you've been awful nice to me since. You've proved yourself. I gradually came to understand. It's only because you have an indestructible attachment in you that you could become who you are today. A most excellent Victorian soldier. Someone to surpass me. Bagpipe, what I say next, you need to listen well. We have to give up on this block. I'm about to take Cello's group to a comms base in the northeast corner. We're hoping it hasn't been occupied by the Spectre Force yet. And you, go immediately to the contact station, find a messenger, and ensure you find them a way out of the city too. If there's already no way left, then make one. Bagpipe, I order you, shy at no cost. You have to relay what's happening in County Hillock. Damn it. The others are all with the leader doing more meaningful things, and I get the rotten luck of sweeping up here. Funny now that I think about it. There's fighting going on all over. Why would the leader insist I sweep clean around the statue? Huh? Who is it? What are you grabbing at me for? Is this where Sororsi died? Sororsi? You mean the traitor the leader executed? Yeah, it was all her fault. She's dead, and you want me here bloody sweeping up these ashes. You mean what you're sweeping up is rubbish. Nothing more. No. She was a good girl. To her family, to her friends. She was so warm. She gave everything to this city. Why? What did she even do wrong? She teared up just reading romance novels. Never have it in her to harm anyone. What in the world's wrong with you? Do you sympathize with this traitor? Just who are you? She's not called traitor. Her name is Sorority. Shouldn't be lying here so alone. I'm taking her back home. You've got a screw loose. Leaving. What's happening over there? Sir, there's someone strange crouching there, going on and on about taking the traitor home. I think she might be an enemy as well. And a traitor, too. Alright. Good on you for reporting. Hey. Who are you? Mercy. Maybe you were wrong, and so was I. You used your life to protect these people. They didn't even care that you did. And they welcomed the rioters, too. The way this city's turned out now, they aren't all that innocent. Are you from the other side? The other side? I don't know anymore. Which side I'm even stood on. Don't move. Any more in your skull is... Dealt with yet another few. Okay, my emular's crackling again. Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna reset the emulator. So, Ruby news has apparently been happening for a little bit because of the whole stuff going on today. I have not looked into any of that. Yeah.
Arknights.
I have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna have to backread so much.
Doctor.
Okay. Okay, speeding up, speeding up, speeding up. Sounds of gunfire, bagpipe, 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 traitor, something something traitor. Guy gets shot in the head for being a jerk. Okay, there we go. Dealt with yet another few. Rabble some dredges. I'll take however many I can do and on a treat. Hey, Valerie over there. Have you seen any more of them about? Wretches. Calling sorcery rubberish. Of course they're dredges. They just went running that way. We'll head right over. seemed as if the residents' shrieks. It seemed too as if I had heard nothing at all. I thought of bringing Sorority away, but no matter how I tried to put the strength in my fingers, the ash would still slip and fall through the cracks. Sorority. A hand reached out to me. Time to get clear out, Jane. Here, lemon tea. Warm up. If you want to cry, just let it out. I can't get the tears out. I can feel your anger. Do you hate them? Perhaps. You got those soldiers to grab a Taran who supports the riots. That make you feel any better? No. Maybe I hate myself even more. If I didn't hand that slip over, Dorothy wouldn't have died, would she? But all I wanted was to stop a bigger conflict. I thought, so long as I stood up, I could change. We wouldn't call it fate if it always went exactly how we expected it. Jane, can I tell you a story? Go on. Try to listen. I'll keep it short. Decades ago, when I was about your age, no, maybe a bit older, back when I worked for the church, you don't seem a thing like those Laterano clerks. Years and experience are pretty good at changing a person. They had me arbitrating a war, who the sides were, and while they were fighting. That's not important anymore. The parties responsible for getting the ball rolling are all probably dust anyway. I just remember, there's a city asking for my help. I told them to lay down their weapons. I was ready to be their go-between. And off I went for peace talks with the general from the side sieging the place. The people in the city really weren't up for it, with the whole surrender and to tyranny thing. So I took some drastic measures to get them talking, but we still never came to an agreement in the end. I gave up hope and left, bringing with me just a few who were willing to quit fighting. But the second day after I left, the city was breached. Pretty much everyone who stayed ended up dead. I believe a good chunk of them all thought near Desto I'd still come and protect them in the end. But I didn't. Looking back, I guess I was on the other side. I was the sinister pretender who'd given them hope, gotten them massacred. But you're not. You sure? Who can say? After that, I renounced my appointment as cardinal, left Laterano. Sounds like you tried your best. Really? If I had kept at it, tried harder to stop the massacre that was coming, then you probably couldn't have saved a single one. Or maybe I shouldn't have gone there with unrealistic hopes in the first place. Maybe I should have walked up and put a bullet in the head of the brood about to butcher an entire city. Wouldn't that have other consequences? No one can tell you the consequences of opening fire before you do it. But still, are you telling me you stand by and watch? Just let evil happen over and over and Boba again? I wouldn't. You're right. No matter how I keep questioning myself, I don't regret it at all. Bagpipe. I hope you can still make it. Triangle? You came in at the right time. I'm about to dash for a communications center. Position not too far from here. You don't have to enter the city. We'll rendezvous directly at the outskirts. Later. What happened to you? You sound in an awful shape. Were you wounded? Not a big issue. Forget it. It's a little big. But no need to fuss about me. Later. I don't have much time. We've definitely found what we were looking for. These Originium products were sent to the artillery battalion. Artillery battalion? The barracks is one? Yes. Absolutely. We're in here right now. Barracks have already been breached by the Spectre Force? To be honest, I don't know. Another thing you need to know. The Originium products we had found had all gone through modification. What kind of modification? I only came by a part of it. Their structures aren't whole. Somebody's taken out the parts with active Originium. Do you remember the serial bombing case at Stockton? The offending group created a large amount of incompletely combusting bombs, caused grave Originium dust pollution in the core district, in retaliation against the government. Right. You get what I mean. They have us surrounded. We're out of luck hiding. It's Snare? The others? Snare's next to me. There's a bullet clean through her heart. She went without too much pain, fortunately. Ace and Madeline are still in the warehouse. Sorry. I couldn't bring them. You did all you could. You're a fine leader. Am I, then? Surely not as good as you, leader. These hostiles... they're bizarre. They use weapons like ours, and on top of that, I can hear familiar call-outs. Just who... our enemy. That's not important, Triangle. You'll all come back alive for me, you hear that? This is an order. Got it, leader. I'll keep that in mind. Already read that, thank you.
突撃開始
Okay, hold on. Tomb Keeper Grotesque Refraction. After first defeat, temporarily transforms into a stone statue with extremely high defense, then revives as an aerial unit. Okay. Alright then.
くれぐれも気をつけてくださいねよし絶対許しません
Okay, how are we gonna deal with that?
Don't let them get the drop on you.
私は一歩も引きません。
Uh,
わかりました。
Deployed.
はい。アレルギーに気をつけてね。
up, up, up.
私の剣が絶対許しません。怖くはないわ。どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。
Come on, Podenco.
リラックスして。
Come on, Podenco.
リラックス。どこに行けばいいですか？絶対許しません。はい。こいつは私の獲物よ。
信号
Okay.
即戦即決。
この剣が復讐あなたの考えもアーツも切り裂けます。どこに行けばアレルギーに気をつけてね。
Okay, that's not too bad. I'm having a lot of
全員
issues
倒
though.
さないといけないですか？
はい、アレルギーに気をつけてね。待ちこないで。動かないで。
Okay, I'm probably not gonna survive this.
はい、はい、私が何とかします。
はい。
Goodbye.
ライブスタート。アレルギーに気をつけてね。
Oh man, Podenco is just the absolute best unit.
問題ないですよ、確かに。
Okay, so that is the map. Okay, I understand everything now. I understand everything. So we are going to try one more time with me understanding a little bit more. Just another practice. Okay. Man, I feel really bad for Jane. She is not having a good time. Yeah, Jane's not having a good time. Who is trying to add me? Probably over Ruby.
必要
It's
のない
about
戦
Ruby.
闘は
Okay.
なるべく避けましょう。
I've got eyes on the hostiles.
よし。
問題ないよ。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
Don't let them get the drop on you.
動かない。私が何とかします。
Laying out the welcome mat.
Okay, so
手加減はしませんよ。
it's around like that.
はい、ああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。これが戦場という
Do
もの。
that.
信号は安定。即戦即決。
絶対許しません。
Okay, Podenco's fine.
ああいう雑草なら
He is just tearing this thing apart. Oh my god, look at her go.
やってみましょう。
Let's
問題ないよ。
do that. Do that.
ライブスタート。あ、どこに
Do
ああ
that.
気をつけて
And they all disappear. Do that. Boom. Do that.
はい。
待っててください。はい、はい、私が何とかします。
It's really fun. Okay, so fun thing about Podenco's attack, since it is a projectile, if they're over here and I activate her effect, the projectile will still carry on because it has a time. It's not like hit scan, and will actually expand into a further range. It is so cool.
Setting up.
はい、アレルギーに気
Hello.
をつけてね。
Goodbye. God, Podenco is so
Hi.
good on these maps.
私ならみんな
Just so good.
どこに行けばああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから
Oh, I am just having the best time.
どこに行けばいいですか
Just the best time.
はいはい私が何とかします私なら突逆転
Welcome, set.
どこに行けばアレルギーに気をつけてね
Goodbye.
Mission accomplished.
ドクターさん私うまくやれてましたか皆さんの足は引っ張ってませんでしたか本当ですかよかった
And I'm getting to do all the no block strategies today.
行きます敵が現れました投降を促すことはできませんか私は一歩も引き
これで分かったでしょ。
わかりました
Stay alert.
私は一歩も引きませんカーアレルギーに気をつけてね私たちなら
Deployed.
絶対許しませんはいこういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから
全員倒さないといけないですか？
Goodbye.
待機中です
Nope.
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
Alright, Podenco
ど
needs
こに
healing.
行けばいい私が何とかします
And healing she shall have. Goodbye.
ライブスタート
Setting up.
どこに行けばいいですかはい私が何とかします
問題ないよ。
I can get rid of you. Do
ジンさ
that.
んの剣術がこの剣を流
Do
れていま
that.
す
Do that.
どこに行けばいいああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたからはいああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから
僕が行きましょう。こんにちは。
どこに行けばああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから私なら負けないではいどこに行けばいいですかどこに行けばいい
And everybody just suffocates. Just disappears.
はいカーアレルギーに気をつけてね
Mission accomplished.
Disappears.
俺だって頑張ったぜ。あんたも見てただろうなあ。
Let's see if we can squeeze in one more level. Purge the shadows that creep into every corner. The city is forced to tear apart its own flesh. Okay, probably gonna have plot. Do we got plot? No, we don't have plot. We'll probably have plot after this. That's good.
集中して
Oh, hey, it's another gargoyle. Okay, okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, first things first. Do
相手の
that.
ターゲットは誰かな。
I don't really have a good situation when it comes to these pillars at the moment. Because anywhere I try to do this, I'm gonna end up shooting something.
手加減はしませんよ。こいつは私の獲物よ。動かないで。わかりました。はあ。
Hello. Bye.
はい。アレルギーに気をつけてね。動かないで。
Oh, wait, whoa, buddy. What do you think you're doing over here? Why are you going this way? You're not allowed to go this way.
思いつきません。
Oh, no. Go the long way. Go the long way. We're not having this. This is not a thing that's happening. No.
これが戦
No,
場
go
と
the
いう
other
もの
way.
ね。
信号は暗記には悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
何になって貴様の不義理に報いようか。
Go the... Dang it, I need somebody directly shooting the stupid thing. Okay, there we go. Can I hold it long enough to just destroy it? No. Oh,
Welcome that set.
I sort of, I sort of took down Perfumer instead. Oops.
動かないで。
Okay,
私たちならできます。はい。
okay, I guess for these columns you need to be directly,
いつでもいい。
directly the,
アレルギーに気をつけてね。
問題ないよ。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
手加減はしませんよ。
What you call it?
アレルギーに気をつけてね。
directly,
たる屈辱。行きなさい。あなたは戻って猛省しておきなさい。私が敵をすべて食い止めますから。
you need to be in a cardinal direction from them. Okay, those are the words that I wanted to say. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay. Okay, I should probably start bringing in a fast redeploy unit to be able to take down these towers on command. That would be in my best interest. So let's check out these gargoyles. A special arts creation from the Dublin forces. Created by their leader Mandragora. According to Mandragora, back when she was studying Originium arts at an outskirts cemetery, the Tomb Keeper Grotesque was her first companion. Its outer appearance has gone through many redesigns, with the latest being based off of Sarkaz from an ancient bloodline. Okay. Alright, let's give this the old whirly-durly. Okay, so I need somebody... for fast redeploy. Let's get Gravel in on this.
一緒に来てくれるの？
I think these things have 0 defense, so she should be able to take them out pretty quickly. What else should I do?
自由にやらせてもらうよ。
必要のない戦闘はなるべく避けましょう。
手加減はしませんよ。
即戦即決。
こいつは私の動かないで。
Let's try this out. Yeah, she can chip through this pretty quickly.
明かりの加減はしませんよ。
You gotta be careful with Gravel though, because her skill, or her attack is really unusual in that it's actually 2 hits, or rather 2 parts of a full hit. It does, each hit does like 50% of the damage that she would inflict, but since it's 2 hits, if I didn't remove her at that precise second, she would have already collapsed the pillar.
手加減はしませんよ。はい。
Can't do
私
that.
が何とかします。いい場所ね。動かないで。次の作戦は？
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
自信過剰は良くないよ。私の剣動かないで。怖くはないわ。絶対許しません。
I think Hayes might have gotten shot.
わかりました。
動かないで。ライブスタート。私の出番かな。私の出番かな。こちらアーミヤ。指示はあるかしら。はい、ああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。どこに行けばいいですか？私から逃げられると思っているの？気をつけてね。私は一歩も引きません。
いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
私は一歩も引きません。
Okay, that took care of that. It's also killing my Podenco really well. Really well. And now this guy can just fly right over all the terrain.
私の剣が
Okay, so I'm gonna need to time all that better.
Mission accomplished.
どういうこと？一体どういうことなの？私の指示に従ってください。
主の名を掲げ、この旗の下へ集え。こんな
よし絶対許しません。ここにしようっと。
いや悪いね、僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
全員倒さないといけないですか？
動かないで。どこに行けばいいですか？絶対許しません。はい、私が何とかします。影のようにと。ライブスタート。チェンさんの剣術が私は一歩も引きません。
これで分かったでしょ。
さようなら。
どこに行けば皆さんの援護は任せてください。私は一歩も引きません。この剣が復讐を
Let's
渇望している。
just
好き勝手に
guess I
任
just
せ
went
て。
ahead
愛
and
語を
killed
聞き
him.
なさい。
自信過剰は良くないよ。
集え我が同胞たちよ。指示はあるかしら。
どこに行けばいいですか？私が何とかします。
よしとしましょう。一気略来製法縦貫砲煙参加。
任せて。
ムジョルニア3出力全開。
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。
Stay alert。
信号は安定、いつでも行けるよ。
動かないで。チェンさんの剣術
Welcome set。
絶対許しません。はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。
Mission accomplished.
よかったわね、ドクターくん。
Okay, that worked. It wasn't the best, but it worked. And it only has to work.
「必要のない戦闘はなるべく避けましょう」。
私は一歩も引きません。言う通りにしますね。
即戦即決。
どこに行けばいいですか？
やってみましょう。
手加減はしませんよ。カーアレルギーに気をつけてね。できた。 ですか？
信号は安定、いつでも行けるよ。これで分かったでしょ。
手加減はしませんよ。
はい、こんにちは。
動かないで。ライブスタート。
僕が行きましょう。
ええ、私なら大丈夫。私はあなたの影。指示はあるかしら。はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。こいつは私の獲物よ。
はい、
動かないで。
はい、こんにちは。
問題ない、これで分かったでしょ。
落ち着いて。よしとしましょう。来訪の本質は己が内面と大地を一体化するところにある。
チェンさんの剣術が無心過剰はよくない
Oh, well, he's got shot.
この剣が復讐を渇望している。
Yeah, I tried to do some weird stuff, and that really messed me up.
私が何とかします。
Okay, let's try again.
ドクター、
Stick to what I know.
手は僕に任せて。
Stick
先
to
に
what
行
I
ってく
know.
ださい。
Don't try to get fancy.
こういうのは得意ですから。必要のない戦闘はなるべく避けましょう。
私は一歩も引きません。
問題ないよ、即戦即決。
わかりました。できた。どこに行けばいい？ああいう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
やってみましょう。
動かないで。いい場所ね。指示はあるかしら。はい。
Now we do that.
指示はあるかしら。はい。アレルギーに気をつけてね。行くよ。これならどうだろう。私の剣が動かないで。これが戦場というものね。
Okay.
手加減はしませんよ。
I did something different again, and that
ドクター、
didn't
追
work.
っ手は僕に任せて先に行ってください。こういうのは得意ですから。
突撃開始。これでよし。私は一歩も引きません。
信号は安定、これで分かったでしょ。
言う通りにしますね。動かないで。
全員倒さないといけない。
はい、私が何とかします。私はあなたの影。怖くはないわ。 どこに行けばいいですか？アレルギーに気をつけてね。私の剣が石章の動かないで。
僕が行きましょう。
ライブスタート。
さようなら。
即戦即決。
手加減はしませんよ。影のように私は一歩も引きません。私の出番かな。こちらアーミー。神をもって貴様の不義理に報いようか。落ち着いて。
Okay, Mr. Gargoyle, come over here where I would like to shoot you. Ace, please don't kill.
こちらアーミー。私から逃げられると思っているの？
Bonk.
わかりました。
はい。はい。私から逃げられると思っているの？どこに行けばいいですか？指示はあるかしら？絶対許しません。
Dagnabbit.
Setting up.
絶対許しません。
Alright, let's try this one more time in practice
慣
mode.
れてるけど、今回は散々だよ。
Really, I'm being stubborn with the team I have. The easiest way to do this would just be to put choke points here, here, and here, and then wait for these guys to just walk into them, and
相手のターゲットは
yeah,
誰かな？
then just crush them. That'd be it. It'd be easy. We are not doing that. Why? Because I am difficult. And I enjoy being difficult.
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
やってみましょう。
はい、こういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから絶対許しません。いい場所ね。怖くはないわ。チェンさん、動かないで。
はい。こんにちは。
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
私は一歩も引きません。この剣が服すあなたの考えにアーツも切り裂けます。指示はあるかしら？こちらアーミア。こいつは私の獲物よ。
Okay, now these two guys I just crushed with that, then we...
Stay alert.
Podenco can go. We don't need to bother with that. Gravel's just gonna crush this guy. Gonna crush this guy, like so.
Welcome, set.
僕が行きましょう。
手加減はしませんよ。
Deployed.
いい場所ね。影のように。絶対許しません。
Deployed.
Yeah, it was just that easy.
問題ない。即戦即決。
絶対許しません。
Mission accomplished.
Just have gravel do everything.
大成功。
Simple, right?
テキサスさん、私の活躍見てくれた？
Time for all the planning to pay off.
動かないで。言う通りにしますね。
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
いい場所ね。私は一歩もそういう雑草ならたくさん見てきましたから。
全員倒さないといけないですか？
これが戦場というものね。絶対許しません。チェンさんの剣術がこの剣を流れています。絶対許しません。
僕が行きましょう。こんにちは。
即戦即決。
こちらアーミーや敵を戻せ。手加減はしませんよ。こちらアーミア。
Okay, things are going well.
Stay alert. Setting up.
こいつは私の獲物よ。私から逃げられると思っているの？次の作戦は？
Setting up.
どこに行けばいいですか？
Come on, buddy.
ご集え、我が同胞たちよ。
Laying out the welcome mat.
Sorry I bonked you there,
影の
Austin.
ように。私は一歩も引きません。
But it was necessary.
Deployed.
問題ない。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Mission accomplished.
And all I needed to do was just have grapple do everything. Given I'm here, all of you can come out now. Needed a little bit water, clear my throat. Lieutenant. How are my people? Your subordinates are here, rest assured they're only unconscious. I don't mean Cello's group. You know who I mean. push me or it won't be my shield against your chin. If you're going to draw your sword, you'll be attacking a colleague. Colleague? At what point, since the moment we entered County Hillock, have you ever treated us as colleagues? Answer me! Even supposing you cut my throat here, you can't alter the Colonel's decision. Is that so? You've never heard the degree of what the Tempest Platoon soldiers can do, have you? How many did Triangle cost you? Half your own company? It's just me alone here, but I guarantee you, you won't want to know how long it takes me to put you all to rights. Lay down your weapons, or else we'll kill her on the spot. Hello. I mean it. Make one move, my crossbow's shooting straight through her neck. Alright. You win. Subdue her! Quickly, together now. We can't let her touch her sword and shield again. Hill, will you tell Hamilton? Victoria is ashamed of him. The Colonel has no need whatsoever for Victoria's gratitude. Got the data all nice and pretty? Yes, lass, it's all in here. Wonderful. I see all of us all done with comms, too. Collaborating businesses have received notice. As per the agreement clauses, they can either seek an office in a nearby city or terminate the contract. Looking at it, these aren't losses for us to sneeze at. Rhode Island ain't the only country taking a hit in the chaos of war. True. No way around that. I just look at the chairs and tables in here and there's a twinge in my heart. This place of ours was still empty back when I first came to County Hillock. A little early for separation anxiety, Oliver. How do we know you won't... How do you know we won't be right back, huh? You're right. I hope this city can return to its old peaceful everyday soon enough. Storehouse medications inventory finished. I need you to ration out these meds. Each one of you needs to bring enough emergency medication. Make sure everyone makes it smoothly to the closest branch office. Still a lot left over sharing like that. There'll be some pressure if we take it all. We don't have that many hands after all. Fred is quiet as ever, but I can tell. You have your own idea. The people in this city, they need medicines. Turns out I think so too. If this war scales up, everything's gonna be in short supply, especially oropathic painkillers and suppressants that need to be taken long term. You must have a list of hospitals in this area. Already sorted. Think of a way to get it to them. No matter who these organizations serve, get as much as you can to all of them. And don't forget the little alley clinics. Plenty of them out there without signs. But a lot of our friends around here rely on them. Lass, is this really proper? Whenever bypass local healthcare, directly providing medical organizations and individuals with pharmaceuticals. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And it's not like a hospital gonna refuse any anonymous donation from concerned citizens, right? True. So you got it all figured out, huh? But then, who will take charge of sending it? The people around here all know we're Rhode Islander. I will. I can help Shredder parcel the medicine, and then I'll deliver it. Jane, you all better? My wounds aren't bleeding anymore. You know I'm not asking about your wounds. I didn't want to be tucked alone in a corner crying while you were all busting about. I'm glad you can help, but we got a lot of meds here. Please, rest of all brief stamina. I just don't want Rose Island World getting in the way of your own plans. It's alright. From here to the zone of battle, there just so happens to be plenty of hospitals and clinics along the way. Once I'm done delivering, I'll rejoin you. Just a little bit. A little left. We'll be done with wrapping in no time. And it's about time we got on our way. As Outcast speaks, she draws a revolver from the holster at her side. Whoa. That's your gun? That it is? For a Sancta, pre-op prep's only complete once your gun's loaded. Doesn't look like your chamber's full. Under normal circumstances, 5 rounds is enough to do the trick. When I was back at the land ship and ate with Barty's group, I heard a lot of stories from the field about you. He once took down 3 Colombian bandits with a single bullet, and he used 3 to scatter a whole mercenary team. I had to guess there wouldn't be an enemy out there worth 6 straight shots. Can't say for sure. After all, there's always a bigger beast. But I made a promise to someone that I'd never fire a 6th round lightly. Because we made a bet. Can't help but be curious. What kind of bet would make someone like you change up how you work? That's a long story. Short version is that a friend of mine tried every way under the sun to show me an easy retirement. And I always had a feeling that if I ever tired for real, somebody like me just couldn't live peacefully. Right now, never imagined County Hillock could turn so restless. Just a day or two ago, we're all huddled together playing cards and drinking. A lot of time, a situation's like the color of the sky, shifting on and on. If it's up to me, I'd sure like a retreat operation to go nice and quiet like. Best case scenario, I don't even need to fire 1 round. Lass, already. Friends, it's time to say goodbye. Amy, you don't need to be so sad, Uncle Oliver. I trust in what Outcast says. We can surely see each other again. Jane, careful. I will, Shredder. All of you too, be sure to take care of yourselves. Oh. Did I hear thunder? It'll be raining soon enough. No. Something's not right about that sound. Jane, stay inside for now. Mr. Chef, are you here? Yes, I'm here. Stop with the banging. There's too much lamp black on our office door. Can't stand up to knocks. Okay, good, you're still here. Here's the thing. I need a messenger, and we've got important information that needs sending out. I understand. Fancy that, I've got something to give to you too. Eh? What's this? Piece of paper? It's a list of stationed officers. The one named Lewis Kelly, he just handed it to me. Captain Kelly? How'd I get in touch with you? Relax, he's got no clue who I am. Only because I was the last person he ran into. I was going to go poking around for the latest. They'll remember my actual job, after all. Didn't imagine I'd run into the troops arresting him. Arresting him? You mean Captain Kelly's been arrested by his own? They said he was harboring oropathics. But that can't be right. His son passed from oropathy a few months ago. The whole city knows that. First thing he did was report the news his son got ill. These people, using such a tragic illness as an excuse? That's beyond shameless. Not just once or twice, either. For people wanting to use any form of discrimination as a front, it's true. Oropathy is an especially good pretense. Just take this time. The troops are weeding out any inside people born Tarn. Officers or soldiers, as long as they were kindred with Tarns in some way, were stripped overnight of any right to act freely. Clearing out the barracks Tarns? In wartime, pressed for people? Got an awful feeling about this already. So, Captain Kelly slipped me this like his life depended on it. Wanted me to give it to the soldier not from this barracks who's been constantly hanging around here as of late. Mr. Chef, this is proof the barracks are making illegal Originium weapons. What? Hamilton's lost his mind. I want you to find a trustworthy messenger. Give them this paper and I'll report about the Spectre Force boat. Be treated as vital intelligence and taken out of County Hillock straight away. This is the captain's endeavor in his final moment. We cannot waste it. Can't do that. This information's too important and we can't rely on a civilian messenger. How about this instead, miss? I'll make the trip myself. Mr. Chef, you're a messenger too? Don't forget, passing on information's part of us lamplighters' profession too. Finally. I could take on a decent assignment at long last. Excitement's got my hands and legs shaking. Wait, hold on. Some sound outside. Lightning, isn't it? I'm feeling doubtful about that. It's fine. I've been in County Hillock how many years now? The weather changes when it wants to. Used to it at this point. A little lightning and rain can't hold me back. I'm off. There goes one dead SOB. The messenger charges into the recess of the streets with nary a look back. On his head, a hard rain is pouring down. The thunder gradually nears, getting concentrated, louder. This ain't lightning. No, Mr. Chef. This is bombardment. Messenger is in time to hear her words. Countless shells come down with the rain, exploding the moment they make contact with the ground and walls. The blast waves tear effortlessly through the gel material, blisteringly and ferociously melting the metal makeup. But the more fruitsome thing takes advantage of the illness that bores beneath the city's muscle and bone. Incomplete in combustion, these immense formations of originium crystal, solidifying dense within open wounds of streets and buildings, as if in the dirty rain, identically and rapidly bloom pure black flowers. Oh.
の刃がまだ血を吸い足りないって言ってるわ。
Oh, nice, nice. Gravel, this might be a bad time to talk about how, your blade isn't stained red yet. Okay, well, I am out of breath. I have been going on for 3 hours, 25 minutes. And that is a pretty big cliffhanger, wouldn't you say? So I think maybe Hamilton kind of, made a dirty bomb and is doing mass biological warfare for genocide. It's not great. It's not really great, I don't think. So when Originium makes those big black flowers, like the Originium clusters, that's usually an indication that there's a lot of active Originium in the air, and that is really, really bad because it can cause a lot of people to become infected very rapidly. And considering Oropathy is terminal, and also leads to people being extremely racist, yeah, things are not looking too great. So everyone, I guess, just deal with that. Let that simmer in your minds for a little bit. I was starting to get lightheaded and pretty sure my reading quality was going down towards the end. And now my emulator's getting crumbly, so I'm just gonna cut it off here. Everyone, have a wonderful night. Join you next week, maybe, if there's no event going on, and we can stream some more Chapter 9. Or Tuesday or Thursday. I don't have to chip farm anymore, so well. Just check my Twitter. You know what to do. You're smart.